Stop everything you are doing right now, and if you are currently taking ibuprofen, naproxen, or any other painkiller for your joint pain, I need you to hear what I am about to say very carefully, because that pill giving you a few hours of relief is doing something to your body that your doctor has almost certainly never told you, something that is making your joint pain permanently worse every single month you take it. And the solution, the thing that actually addresses what is happening inside your joints, costs less than 50 cents a day, fits in 1 teaspoon, dissolves completely in a glass of warm water that you drink every morning before breakfast. Margaret is 74 years old. She could not open a jar, could not button her shirt without stopping to rest her hands, had stopped sleeping through the night because no position was comfortable. She had been on anti-inflammatory medication for 7 years. She put 1 spoon of this in her water every morning for 21 days. Week 3. Margaret opened 4 jars in a row just because she could. She called her daughter crying, not from pain, from joy. Let me show you exactly what was in that spoon, and why it worked when 7 years of medication never could. Margaret came to me after her granddaughter, a nursing student, had sent her research on natural joint compounds. Margaret was skeptical. 7 years of following her doctor's advice had not produced meaningful improvement. She was not optimistic about a spoon in a glass of water. She was 74. Both hands affected, stiff and aching for the first 90 minutes of every morning. Her right knee had been replaced 2 years earlier. Her left was being discussed for replacement within the year. Her lower back ached as a constant background companion. She was on celecoxib, a prescription COX-2 inhibitor, and had been for 5 years. On good days, her pain was a 5 out of 10. On bad days, 8 or 9. Her rheumatologist had delivered the same message every 6 months for 5 years. Osteoarthritis progresses. We manage symptoms. Come back in 6 months. Margaret sat across from me and said one sentence that I have heard hundreds of times and that never stops affecting me. She said, "I have forgotten what it feels like to not be in pain." I told her we were going to remind her. I told her about the spoon. I gave her the protocol. She went home. 21 days later, she opened those jars, and then she came back to my office and told me something I will always remember. She said, "I thought this was just what the rest of my life was going to feel like. I was wrong." Here is the biology your rheumatologist was never taught to explain to you. NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, work by blocking enzymes called COX-1 and COX-2. These enzymes produce prostaglandins, the compounds that create inflammation and pain. Block them, reduce pain. This works in the short term. It is what happens to cartilage in the long term that your doctor does not discuss. COX-2 is not only an inflammation enzyme, it is also required for cartilage repair. COX-2 activity in chondrocytes, the cells that maintain and rebuild cartilage, is part of how joint tissue heals itself. When you block COX-2 with an NSAID, you suppress inflammation in the joint. You also suppress the repair signal in the cartilage cells simultaneously. A landmark study in arthritis and rheumatology followed knee osteoarthritis patients who took NSAIDs regularly versus those who did not. After 2 years, NSAID users showed significantly greater cartilage loss on MRI, less pain, more structural damage, at the same time. Margaret had been losing cartilage faster than necessary for 5 years, because the medication protecting her from pain was simultaneously blocking the repair process that could have slowed the damage. This is the trap, and the spoon is how we get out of it. 2 compounds, 1 teaspoon combined, in warm water every morning. Compound 1, undenatured type 2 collagen, 40 milligrams. This is the specific form of collagen found in joint cartilage, structurally different from the type I collagen in skin supplements, and it works through a mechanism that simple nutritional supplementation cannot replicate. Consumed on an empty stomach, undenatured type 2 collagen undergoes oral tolerance. Fragments pass through the gut wall intact and interact with immune cells in your intestinal lining. These cells learn to stop attacking type 2 collagen in your joints, because in osteoarthritis, your own immune system is contributing to cartilage destruction. Oral tolerance stops this friendly fire. The inflammation decreases, the damage slows, the pain reduces. The dose is exactly 40 milligrams, not more. Larger doses actually reduce the oral tolerance effect by overwhelming the immune pathway. 40 milligrams, precisely. Compound 2. Boswellia serrata extract. 100 to 200 milligrams of standardized extract containing at least 65% boswellic acids. Boswellia targets 5-lipoxygenase, the enzyme that produces inflammatory leukotrienes, through a completely different pathway than NSAIDs. It reduces joint inflammation powerfully, without suppressing the COX-2 activity that cartilage repair depends on. Anti-inflammatory without being anti-repair. This distinction is everything. A study in phytomedicine found significant pain reduction and improved physical function within 7 days of Boswellia supplementation. 7 days. The fastest-acting natural joint intervention in the peer-reviewed literature. Here is exactly how Margaret prepares this every morning. 1 teaspoon of a combined powder supplement containing undenatured type 2 collagen at 40 milligrams and Boswellia serrata extract at 100 to 200 milligrams. Search specifically for UC2 collagen, the clinically studied trademarked form, combined with Boswellia serrata, available at health food stores and online. Add to 8 ounces of warm water, stir 30 seconds. Drink immediately. The timing is non-negotiable. Empty stomach. 30 minutes minimum before any food. The oral tolerance mechanism for UC2 collagen requires an empty gut to work correctly. Food reduces efficacy by approximately 40%. After drinking, 10 minutes of gentle movement. Walk. Gentle range of motion. Movement pumps the boswellic acids into joint tissue via synovial fluid. Without movement, the compounds circulate but reach cartilage less efficiently. Do not take simultaneously with prescription anti-inflammatories without medical supervision. Boswellia can interact with these medications. Inform your doctor. Days 1 through 3. Nothing dramatic. Margaret was expecting nothing and received approximately nothing. The oral tolerance mechanism was initiating but not yet measurable. Day 4. Margaret noticed her hands felt mobile earlier in the morning. The 90-minute stiffness window reduced to 60 minutes. Small, but real. Week 2. Margaret slept through the night for the first time in 14 months. The joint pain that had been waking her at 3 a.m. did not wake her. She lay in bed the next morning not moving, afraid the pain would return if she shifted. It did not. Day 18. Margaret reduced her celecoxib by half under her doctor's supervision. Her pain on reduced medication was comparable to full medication 1 week prior. Day 21. The jars, 4 of them. Then the phone call to her daughter, then tears that had nothing to do with pain. Her rheumatologist reviewed her symptom diary at her 6-month appointment and postponed the left knee replacement discussion indefinitely. The dietary change that amplifies this protocol, and the food destroying your cartilage every day without your knowledge. Refined sugar and industrial seed oils. Sugar causes glycation. Sugar molecules binding to collagen proteins in your cartilage. Glycated collagen is stiff, brittle, unable to absorb shock. It breaks down faster. It cannot be repaired normally, and it triggers additional immune activation in joint tissue, more inflammation, more pain. Industrial seed oils, soybean, corn, sunflower, canola are extremely high in omega-6 fatty acids. Your joints need a balanced omega-3 to omega-6 ratio. The modern processed food diet delivers a ratio of 20:1 omega-6 to omega-3. This imbalance drives the same inflammatory pathways attacking your cartilage. Eliminate white bread, sugary drinks, processed crackers, and anything cooked in vegetable oil. Replace with eggs, fatty fish, leafy greens, olive oil, and walnuts. Margaret eliminated white bread and vegetable oils in week 2. She believes this is why her week 2 results exceeded week 1 significantly. I agree. Margaret opened those jars because she stopped accepting that joint pain was permanent, because she stopped suppressing her body's repair signal with medication, because she gave her immune system the signal to stop attacking her own cartilage, because she removed the dietary inputs fueling the fire. 1 spoon, warm water, empty stomach, every morning, 21 days. Try this. Keep a pain diary. Rate your stiffness from 1 to 10 each morning. Come back in 21 days with your number, and before you go, leave a comment below right now. Tell me your age and your biggest joint challenge. I read every single one. Subscribe. Tomorrow I have something just as powerful. I will see you then.